Morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Join Jackie Mondays at 10 or whenever I can upload a video these days because tech has gone funny with Facebook. But anyway, I'm here to answer your questions. If you have a specific topic you want me to cover, by all means, shoot through a message so that I can get that topic answered and you actually have a recording of it that you can come back to. Remember, all these videos on Facebook are saved onto the videos tab on the Facebook page. So it's a great resource to go to if you don't know where to start. Lots of videos there for yourself, family, friends, whoever might be facing some kind of challenge. Today's topic is all about what to do if someone has died. Really broad context. So I'll break that down. So, of course, when someone immediately dies, if it's an unexpected death, you call the ambulance, of course. If it's an expected death and someone has come home from hospital to die, you don't have to call the ambulance. You just call their doctor, their GP, and you have time. There's not huge urgency about it. So if you need the time to grieve with that person who's passed away, you can do that, within reason. You'd sort of do it within a day. So that's when someone has died immediately. Now, of course, no, you may not know. The death certificate then takes maybe 6 weeks or so. So it's a doctor that signs a medical sheet and sends that off to births, deaths and marriages, who then issue a death certificate. So it can take up to 6 weeks to come. So there's not much that you can do officially in that 6-week period. Of course, then you go through the process of having a funeral or a cremation and some kind of ceremony or whatever you want to do there. And that happens, within the first 2 weeks, usually. A funeral director, if you get help with that process, will advise Centrelink. You do not have to use a funeral director. There are alternatives which you're welcome to research. But if the person who has passed is on Centrelink and you don't use a funeral director, you have to tell Centrelink yourself. That'll eventually filter through to other government bodies. But then we do have a checklist that you can ask us to provide you about who you should notify. Now, again, most people, when you notify someone has passed away, will then say, well, I need the death certificate. So if you start telling banks and the pharmacy and cancelling other memberships and all that sort of thing in that interim before the death certificate arrives, most of the time they'll say, thank you for letting us know. When you get a certified copy of the death certificate, send that over, and they really won't take any action. Now, remember, joint bank accounts don't freeze, but individual accounts will freeze. So you may not want to tell the bank straight away. If there are regular payments that need to come out for a period of time. So then once the death certificate arrives, you can just manage the timing of telling the banks officially with the death certificate with whomever's going to help you. So quite often we won't, as a solicitor, want to see someone until the death certificate arrives, but by all means contact us and get some initial information out of us. But then if you call for an appointment, we will ask if the death certificate's come yet, and we probably won't book you until it has arrived, because there's not much legally that we can do until the death certificate arrives either. There's usually no reading of a will. That is an American concept. The executors would usually come in, find out their legal requirements. The executors can then pass on a copy of the will to the beneficiaries, or they might tell us to do that. So that's usually how that happens as well. So I hope that at least is sort of an initial overview of the first couple of weeks and the first official period. And then, you then follow a process through from there. But we do have like flowchart processes, information sheets for executors and beneficiaries, and we have the who to notify checklist. So if you need any of that, contact us by all means. Hopefully that helps. If you have a friend or family member who may benefit from this video, please tag them in the comments, or you can send it privately through them via Messenger. So use the resources that we have here. And I'm available every Monday, so I'll catch you next week.